Right, Johns, how are we? We good, deep, joyous. So today I'm joined by the head honcho of London's leading #1 black cab app. Aaron, is that true?
Absolutely.
Right, so what I've done is I've listened to cab drivers over the past couple of months, even years, about some of their concerns that they've got about the trade. So I thought that I'd go straight to the top. I've bypassed Chloe and accounts, whoever the fuck Chloe is. I do apologise, my darling, but I've gone straight to the very top and got hold of a COO. And let me introduce you to this person. Aaron, how are you, sir?
Yeah, feeling the smoke already.
Feeling the smoke already?
Yeah,
thank you for joining me. I know you've flown in from islands far, far away. Could you tell everyone where you've come in from, your history behind working for FREENOW?
Actually, yeah. Thanks for inviting.
You're welcome.
Happy to be here, actually. Happy to be grilled. I'm actually from Armenia. It's a small country in Caucasus.
I know Armenia. Are you related to the Kardashians?
Not exactly Kardashians, but you also know the Cher, the singer?
Sure, yeah, I know.
You
related to her?
She's Sarkisian as well.
Yeah?
Not related, but we have the same surname.
You look like Rob Kardashian a little bit. Just a better beard.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and born there. Have been actually in the IT tech industry for quite some time, specifically in the taxi industry for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
And it's, of course, nothing compared to some experiences that cabbies have in London, definitely. But
everything has its challenges, right?
Yeah, not to mention that I also have a lot of experience fighting some of the international giants in the taxi fields in other countries in the past.
Yeah.
I was working with the Yandex Taxi in more than 17 countries back in the time, and joined FREENOW slightly more than around 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. How are you finding it?
It's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's really different problems, different legislation, different speed.
Yeah. Plus also you got to deal with the greatest taxi service in the world, haven't you?
Like
the black cab.
Of course, but we will talk about it. I mean, the black cabs are one of the most challenging markets for sure. Mm-hmm. I think you have to take into account that this is top of the top when it comes to the taxi world.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires a special attention. It requires, you have to, it's not that there are many places in the world where you kind of have to do PhD to be allowed to drive a taxi.
The vehicle, yeah.
And this is, I think, the PhD of that driving world.
Yes.
So you can't just skip on it and don't give the required respect to the people who have dedicated their life actually to the trade, and they're doing this so many hours a day.
Could you be a cab driver? A black cab driver?
Not. I don't think so. No. I have done taxi, like proper taxi rides in my life, and as a driver, I think it's an important. That's you can't, if you're in this industry and you are doing an application that is for the users and for the drivers and for fleet owners and for the dispatchers, you have to make sure you understand how it's working. You have to go through their pains.
Yeah.
So just sitting in the office and trying to see how the thing has to work and trying to implement it, that never works.
No.
You have to feel it. The problem is that with black cab drivers, you can't just go and do it yourself. You have to learn first.
Yeah.
So you only can do shadowing. So sitting with the black cab driver, it's not the same. It's still much better than just sitting in the office and trying to come up with ideas how things should look like. But it's an absolute must. You have to be in that seat for 10 plus hours, seeing that information spam that you are receiving in order to make sure that it is actually working right. And the same from the user perspective. You have to go through every single scenario to see where are the customer points.
Do you think, though, like with regards to sort of in the corporate world, I mean, some black cab drivers, most probably would be like, because, I mean, you're a special case in the sense of you've been a driver doing taxi rides
and
elsewhere.
It's not me. It is a must for all product managers, for example, those that are building product application. They have to do it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that if you had more people in the corporate world that understood the black cab, I'm talking black cabs, not just as a whole, but the black cab industry, would it not be a bit of an idea possibly to have? You probably got ambassadors here, there, and everywhere talking about, but maybe you could have someone that's an active black cab driver that understands the road infrastructure, everything that goes on in the real world as a cab driver in the office, instead of having someone in the corporate world that's been here for 6 months, then leaves and doesn't understand the true gripes of what it is to actually be a driver. You know what it's like to be in traffic. You know what it's like to deal with customers, passengers, and things like that. Some people in the corporate world, I don't believe, have seen that real life experience, so they don't really know or understand it. You're a different breed, obviously, because you've done it all, and there's obviously a few other people that probably have around you, but it's not enough.
It's definitely not enough. But I also don't think, and we also have the ambassadors. That's true. We have the driver ambassadors who really regularly, daily give us
information,
uncensored feedback. And then we ask the developers and the product people to go and look into it and fix the stuff. If not that, then actually we would have been out of business a long time ago.
Sure.
But that's not enough.
Do you know what? Let me reel off a few of the drivers' concerns. It was about 4 or 5. Are you ready?
No,
I don't. I weren't ready when I read some of these. Right. These are some of the drivers' views. I got probably, I didn't count, but I had about 107 replies in about 24 hours. All sort of similar, but the first 2, I'm going to reel them off so you understand the sentiment. Right. So this is from Dan. Dan says, them off. Okay. Paul says, ditch the app. Okay. So that's the tone we're going with.
Yeah.
Right, just in case. You probably knew that anyway.
Prepping me.
Yeah, just prepping you. Right. So drivers' views. There's a couple that I want to fire over to you. This is from D. We need next day payments. They don't want you to hold their money for the week, as you already hold a big chunk of it. Next day payment? Next day payments?
Yeah, you have it.
There you go. I think I might sign up. Not just yet, though. Don't get too excited, mate. This is from Ash. He'd like to ask why your customer service is so shit towards us drivers, because when we send you an email, sometimes it takes 3 days to get a reply.
I think that shouldn't be happening.
Yep.
I really hope this is a bug or this kind of issue that we are not able to answer, so that this is getting somewhere unnoticed.
Sure.
So when these things happen, definitely, ideally feedback to the driver office, the cabby office in London, and then we look into it and find out what's going wrong and fix it. The feedback is super important here so that we can grow and improve.
And the last one, conveniently, his name's John. Okay, John. Just ask why the commission is so high. Put it back to 10%, like when he first started 7 years ago, and he'll start using them again. And this takes us into some of our key topics that we want to talk about today. Commission. Why is it so high? What you could do is bring the commission down to 10%, and then you'll probably gain another 10,000 drivers.
We have tried.
Have you though?
Yeah, we have.
I don't think you have. I haven't seen it. You for how long, man? You tried it for like what, a couple of weeks, a month?
Yeah, probably something like a couple of weeks, a month.
Okay.
It's
not long enough though, is it?
Maybe, but it's not working. If you were to, let's put it differently. If we were to somehow magically find an agreement with the cabbies, that all the jobs are accepted and happening and so on, definitely the commission can go down. I mean, we were discussing it. This is in the end a business on its own, so it has to make some money. And in the past, there were all these investment wars and competition happening, and people trying to burn lots of cash. And
do you think that the commission that it's at now is acceptable?
I mean,
from a driver's perspective,
there is no level from the driver's perspective, let's be fair, that the drivers are, okay, this is acceptable. No, none. Zero is okay. Zero is okay from the driver perspective.
But then also the customer's paying this and the driver's getting this, minus the commission, they're getting this.
But we also were telling, like, we were discussing that there is this tree tail.
Yeah.
You take it completely.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to have digital jobs coming from the apps, and we know that the 90% of the users are already using phones.
Yep.
We know this is becoming bigger and bigger, and we are the one that are actually investing into this area, trying to get all those customers, putting them into the application, trying to hold them there and make sure that we can convince them to create these jobs for the drivers, for cabbies. And that costs something, and it needs to be covered.
Is there a plan to bring commission down?
If we will find a way to engage the drivers more so we can improve the service levels, that can be possible.
So you mean stop cancelling pre-books?
Find the balance. Hit the right balance there.
What do you think is an acceptable amount of commission percentage? You personally. Obviously, we're not holding you to account here, but what do you think is fair?
I think it's not the commission percentage.
Right.
It's more how much extra you are really making, like total amount of money that you're making.
Okay. What percentage do you think it should be?
What
do you think is fair?
I think up to 20% is kind of okay.
Up to 20%?
Yeah, up to.
Okay.
We know that there are already other players that are doing that successfully for some reason. We are doing below that, and we are also ready to do much lower if drivers are actually ready to put the on-car advertisement, the OCAs.
Yeah, I want to get into that with you.
Because I think that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
That if we are doing this hand on hand, like the OCAs are helping actually to keep our costs low, which is actually helping to have the more balanced take rate for commission.
I will say though that the OCAs are beneficial to only a select amount of cab drivers, predominantly cab drivers that own their own cabs.
Yeah.
Because there's like myself as well. I rent my cab, so I lease my cab. So you have the problems of the advertising going on the side of the cab, and when it then gets taken off at the end of its contract, you're then damaging the paintwork. Mm-hmm. But then you've probably got cab drivers that work your app that are rental owners, right? And they're not getting the benefits of these OCAs. So could there be some kind of balance where you can contact the fleet owners and be like, right, John, Steve, Dave and Niall are all actively FREENOW drivers. Can we compensate their taxes? So then it knocks money off of their rent, for example. Is that something that you could do? Because at the minute, the OCAs are only advantageous to...
So regarding the paint, we cover it.
Yeah.
If we harm because of the OCAs, we take it away. We will compensate it. It's covered. And we are already approaching rental companies and agreeing with them to make sure that they can put it, that there will be like a win-win-win scheme between us, them, and cabbies. However, I also totally acknowledge that there are lots of fleet companies in London, and not everyone we are talking to. So if you know someone who you are working with who maybe we haven't contacted yet, or we have to convince, just give us the name and the contact. We will definitely approach.
So you're telling drivers that rent, but obviously want the FREENOW advertising, to be able to contact you and say, can you contact my fleet owner at so-and-so? And then you guys reach out to them?
Give us a hint who is the owner or what is the company name, and then we will definitely,
How much do you pay?
To
the drivers?
We reduce the commission.
You reduce their commission.
Yeah.
What's it reduced to?
12%.
12%?
Yeah.
Down from 18, they're charged then 12%.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not only that,
What else you got?
you also get the priority and get lots of extra jobs.
Priority driver.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Is that still a thing, is it?
of course.
What if they cancel a job? You're going to block them for a week.
Suspend for a day from pre-books. Come on.
Fuck me. Suspend. Where are we going? Right. So, talking about the OCAs, I mean, is that something that in the future, moving forward, is going to be a constant?
You mean
The advertising on the sides of the cabs? Like, is your plan to have every single cab in London FREENOW that?
that would be in my dreams, probably.
Yeah. But not achievable, is it?
I think
Because you've got drivers like me out there that won't do it.
that will be a fantasy world. No,
Okay.
but it will definitely help actually to grow the overall black cab trade.
You think that, or you know that?
I know that.
Oh, you know that. The confidence. That's why you're the COO. Right, we're talking about the quality of service. We've covered this a little bit. The acceptance rates and the cancellation rates and the pre-book changes. We've already discussed that. And the drivers getting blocked. Which we've covered. But what I will say is that when drivers have sort of backed a job, and then you send a repeat job, and it then gets backed, it then goes against their acceptance rate. How can we get around that? Because as the app would just see, he's fucking right. He's not taking this job. He's not taking this job. Let's block him.
Yeah, I think there we have to become more intelligent, or make sure that the drivers are actually in charge deciding to take it, not to take it. They have already some options for that, but this is an area of improvement for sure.
Mm. Hotel unreliability.
Oh, yes.
I mean, this fucking thing, this used to grind my gears when I used to do some of the app work. Like, you would commit to going to a hotel,
And then the client is not there.
and they've been bundled into another cab by Lucas on the door. I don't know the way around this situation.
We have a new team working on it. I don't think that anything, like, being totally honest, I don't think anything will change overnight.
Mhm.
The whole topic is way too complicated. I totally understand. Like, you're ordering, you're going to take a client, and this is a hotel, so there is quite a turnaround of black cabs coming, going, and they're just taking the customers and leaving. So you are there, and the customer is not there, and it's extremely annoying. So what we do, as I was starting to say, we analyze hotel by hotel.
Yeah.
And wherever we see that let's say
The job hasn't been completed or picked
the
up or whatever.
job levels or the completion levels are not good enough.
Yeah.
So they're really not caring about making sure that the cabbies receive the customer. They're not taking care of it.
then block
the process, we will just block them.
Okay. And then obviously what if they then come begging back to you again?
Then they will have to hit certain standards.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So
That's one way. The other way is to give the cabbies the option to actually exclude themselves from the hotel jobs if they don't want it.
So what you're doing now is that you're going to be disciplining hotels the same way you do drivers and blocking them.
Such harsh words, not disciplining. I think finding the balance is the right word.
Disciplining.
Finding a balance.
Telling them off.
To the hotels, yes.
Yeah, taking a cane and smacking them across the arse.
We have to make sure that...
Oh, you can't do that now. It's 2024. Yes, I remember. You can't do that. How about a slipper?
Really?
A slipper?
No one has warned me.
No? You wait till you go back out in that office.
Okay.
You probably get hit across the chops for saying too much information. So the OCAs, is there anything else that you can tell us what the drivers get?
Do you also get the priority? And it is working. If you are a driver that is more keen to take jobs from the application, you then definitely get it. And what we see is that with the priority allocation, drivers manage to get like 3 times more pre-books.
Right.
And on average, they can even, not on average, but you can up to 90% get more earnings, which is quite nice. And we had done a recent study which shows that we have quite a big segment of drivers that are making 5K plus with all these advantages.
Wow. Well, extra.
Yep.
Wow. Nice. Do I sign up? Probably not enough just yet. Do they get commissioned on the $5,000 extra? Or is so that these loyalty bonuses and priority stuff, is the priority just being able to get jobs first?
It's prioritizing the cab drivers to get the jobs first.
Do you think that's fair?
It is taking into account, I mean, the fact that you have to still be nearby to the customer. So it's not like you are getting it just because you have a priority. No, it still hits the balance to give the required customer experience, plus differentiating and giving out of a couple of the drivers that are around the spot to the one that has the OCA, because that's kind of a win-win for the platform and the cabby.
One of the concerns that I heard from a friend recently was that he's an active FREENOW user, and I mean, so much so that it fucking annoys me sometimes. But it is what it is, right? But he says that he's built up, let's say, these loyalty points.
Yep.
Priority driver, like in King of FREENOW, right? Apart from you. And he'll go on holiday for a week.
I know where this is going.
When he then comes back, he's then just fucking any old run-of-the-mill cab driver. Then he's got to work his way back up.
Yeah.
So, but 6 months before that, he's doing this, he's doing this. He's not back to any pre-booked jobs. He's doing fucking every job under the sun. Then all of a sudden, it might be the algorithm, it might be the app, it might be you personally going, no, you can fucking start from the beginning. Could there be an option where a driver, let's say a FREENOW driver, goes, I'm going on holiday between these dates, and then you could look at it and be like, right, well, up until then, he's coming back to work that day. He then starts where he left off.
So we have...
Yes or no? Just yes or no?
No.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Not happening.
It is better than that.
Better than that?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Someone else can drive his cab for him and he can still earn money.
Actually, we f***ed up with that one.
Okay.
He
swore. Excellent. Only took 7 hours, but happy days.
Effort. We did that. We effed that.
We're not editing that out as well, by the way, okay? Don't care what the stakeholders say.
Having on a weekly scale,
Yep.
the loyalty scheme wasn't the brightest idea in the world.
Whose idea was it?
Unfortunately, I have to take responsibility because it was in my team, yes.
Okay. But you've learned from your mistakes.
I have learned, definitely. And I think lots of other people have also learned from this. And we will switch to monthly scheme, which makes you just hit the targets throughout the month. Yeah, and then it is the loyalty level is with you. You will have the option to freeze it.
Okay.
So it is coming.
So, for example, if I just work Monday to Friday because I want the weekends off with the kids and, well, unfortunately, the wife and whatever. But if I then go back to work on the Monday because I've missed 2 days, does it matter?
No.
No? So then when you've done a month, the month could consist for some drivers 30 days, some drivers it'll be 10 days.
Even if you do it in like 2 days, you hit all the...
So it'll be the calendar.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. So it has to be month, not week. That's for sure.
Okay.
And then you have to give the option to freeze. And
how long is the freeze for?
For another period.
So a month?
Yeah.
Okay. So then if you take a freeze holiday for a month, then come back the month, you've then got 900 loyalty points. You start there.
You start from your level, yes.
Okay. Do I sign up? Not yet. We're going to have to come back, I do believe. Is there anything else that I've missed that you want to put across, that you want to reassure drivers that we're moving in the right direction? That, I mean, you just come in here having a chat with me. It hasn't been as bad as you thought. The roast, has it been a roast really? I've allowed you a bit of an opportunity to speak your mind, I think.
As in the beginning I was saying, I'm coming from Armenia.
Yep.
And we love meat. And I do identify right now myself as an Armenian barbecue. Like, you are properly roasting me.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
No, I think I fucking toned it down a little bit.
But referring to your question, actually, what I would love to say is, again, I would like to go into the development in the black cab trade recent years.
Right.
And you have been and you are an active driver. You know where this is heading in terms of the number of drivers.
Yep. It's a concern.
It's a major concern. It has literally been like 30% less. Like 1/3 is gone
Since COVID.
Not COVID, a little bit more than that, but like last.
It was on the decline.
Years, it was on a decline. It is on a decline, and it's continuing to be on a decline. I mean, even though we do lots of things to promote the trade and the black cab work, even though we do the knowledge subsidies, I mean,
this is what I want to talk to you about.
What?
That hasn't gone down well at all within the trade.
What?
You're subsidizing private hire drivers to do the knowledge.
It's like going from the dark side to the light side.
Yeah. So like me, for example, I've dedicated years of my life to learn the knowledge, spent thousands of fucking pounds to do it. And then you guys have come in and been like, right, obviously the numbers has declined. What the fuck do we do? Oh, I know. We'll just go to our private hire side and be like, guys, do you want to do the knowledge? We'll pay for it all.
It's not like paying, it's helping. Like
helping, whatever. And then what cab drivers look at is that, fuck me, our percentage of commission is 18%. That's subsidizing somewhat their knowledge journey.
Yeah, but let's go back to the main problem. I mean, we agree that the industry is on a decline.
Mm-hmm.
We agree that if nothing is done, then most likely it will be even more difficult. And I just don't want to again do the glass ceiling, like how many jobs will be there for the black cabs in 10 years, but it will be tough. So we see here as a partner in that way, like to make sure that the industry stays, industry grows. And one way to do it is to help new drivers to come into the trade.
Have you thought about marketing it elsewhere, going to establishments, universities, the people that can do it on the side? Because as we know, the knowledge you can do as and when at your own leisure, right?
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to just rely on hoping that. So out of your 30, I don't know how many private hire drivers you've got on your platform that are actually doing the knowledge. Some will lie and say 1,200 have bought into it, but really only 400 have done it.
Actually, out of
have you got the figures?
1,000 applicants, we have close to 200 doing it now.
200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, so then, how long has this been in place for? Nearly a year.
Yeah.
9 months, maybe. Nearly a year. Yeah. See, the numbers still aren't
not great.
Yeah. So it's not.
We have to ramp up.
Maybe you could go into schools, whatever. I know obviously you can become a cab driver, start the knowledge at 21, but you can sort of maybe like the advertising of the trade to become a black cab driver. We've been around longer than American independence, right? So we are steeped in history. We're iconic to London. Everyone that comes over to London, they just want to go to Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, and get in a black cab. That's it. Predominantly.
Yeah.
Pro rata, let's say. Yeah. Do you agree or not?
Of course.
Of course.
Whenever I come to London, I just get the black cab, of course.
Via FREENOw? Or do you street hail?
Via FREENOw.
FREENOw. Do you get it for free?
No.
No? Yeah, I think you're lying.
I mean, I can show you later.
No, it's fine. No.
My trip reports.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Okay. So yeah, I just think that there could be an active like response with regards to all right, the drivers from the private hire side. We haven't got the numbers what we wanted. Yeah, again, that then comes down to the mentality of what I'm saying about the private hire drivers. Yes, not all, because 200 of them have basically said, I'll do it, but out of
The 1,000 said they would like to, but 200 in the end are doing it.
So you've got out of 1,000 drivers that said they would love to become a black cab driver.
Yeah.
20% have taken it up, right? There are drivers out there in different walks of life that know London. Let's name drop here, DHL, for example.
Yep.
You guys, I don't know if you have done, you guys could go and hit these people that have been couriers in London for X amount of how long. Have you ever thought about being a London black cabby? Fucking hell, it's the knowledge. It takes this long. Then it's down to you guys, because if you actually believe in keeping the black cab industry what it is and being it fucking alive and being the forefront of your business, you're hitting every single, I don't know, transportation company out there and saying, come and join us. And you could, even then, you could then subsidize their journey the same as you fucking subsidize the other mob without putting our commission up.
Agreed. And I think we should be doing it more than definitely with you on this one.
But then that again comes down to, obviously, it sounds like a good idea. You ultimately, I think, would agree with it, but that's possibly a decent avenue to go down. But then you've then got to get a team around you in your corporate world. Right, let's go and attack these people. Whereas what you could do, get your ambassadors that you've got, fucking John, Steve and Dave, to go to these establishments, not as a FREENOW corporate bod, but as a FREENOW driver, as a black cab driver, and say, look, do you fancy doing this? I mean, that's a possibility instead of just, like I said, just relying on private hire.
Yeah, that's one way. The other way is, you were rightly mentioning the social media to reach more people and explain the benefits of being a black cab driver.
Yeah.
Yes, difficult, but here FREENOW also helps, and not maybe even directly via us in social media, because that might look like we are luring someone into doing something. And I think it has to be also the black cab drivers that will be saying, like, yeah, it's possible. Actually, there is also a program for FREENOW. And the important part here is to also spread the knowledge that the support is there.
Yep.
You can make a decent amount of money as a black cab driver.
Yeah.
Yes, it's tough, but you are becoming cream of cream. I mean, you are the best cabbies in the world. I mean, you are best taxi service in the world. So it has to go through some pain. Without that pain, there is no gain. So you have to go through the knowledge. There will be support, and then you can get a very decent earning.
So
So what I was saying is that, yes, it's on us.
Yeah.
For sure. And we will do our part a lot more, but it's also having some kind of advocacy from the cabby side. Like, there is a FREENOW. You can also use their support, and actually they're doing that.
The whole purpose of this conversation today is to enable you to get your points across.
Yeah.
Tell us drivers that we are on your side, as much as people will think otherwise. Obviously, there's things in the pipeline that are going to be advantageous to FREENOW drivers. So, like this conversation, I'd like to come back again in weeks' time, like not in 8 weeks' time, but in future months' time or whatever, and then I could be in the middle, and we could have a discussion with a potential other cab driver, an active cab driver that works the FREENOW app, that can tell you where you're going wrong, not you personally, but what you guys should be doing. Would you be up for that? If I sit in the middle of you?
Definitely. And
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And we also should be discussing what it takes, for you to become a FREENOW driver.
For me?
Yeah, of course.
For me to become a FREENOW driver? Everyone has their price. I don't know, maybe pay off my mortgage and put my kids through into private school.
Then we'll discuss it afterwards.
We'll have a chat. So if you guys see me in a nice gold blinging fucking cab, you know where I've got the money from.
Or with a FREENOW OC on it.
Don't push your luck. Don't take the piss. Nah, thank you. I'll have an air freshener. How about that? Is that all right? Yeah?
No. OCA for sure. It's a requirement.
And a requirement.
An absolute requirement.
Okay. It is a no about the magnetic advertising. No, we still no there. Okay. Just what I'd ask. Put it out there. Right. I've got something a little bit more sort of a bit of friendly fire. Some quick fire questions. Would you be up for answering them? Just a yes will do.
I have to.
Yeah, exactly that. You have to. Yes. Thank you very much. Or you're not getting out of here alive. Right. FREENOW in one word.
Taxi.
Fucking lie.
We are UK. It's black cab.
One word.
Black cabs.
Okay.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. If FREENOW was a cabbie, would it be the one always telling passengers to stop eating in the back?
Absolutely.
Commission, a necessary evil or just pure evil?
More like agreement how to make this business better.
Yeah, but we're not agreed on the commission, are we?
Not yet.
Not yet. Probably not ever the way you're going on. On a scale of 1 to fucking hell. On a scale of 1 to don't ask, how often do you actually take a black cab?
Whenever in London, pretty much 2, 3 per day.
Yeah. And then the other in the other mob? Or is it just black cabs?
Here, only black cabs.
In London, yeah?
Yeah.
Just black cabs? Nice. Do you tell them what you do for a living?
Yeah. Not always,
Yeah.
but I do.
Fucking lies. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, lies. Right. If your acceptance rate dropped to 60%, what would happen in the COO world? Would you be blocked from meetings?
I wish.
No.
But that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, I will have to double the meetings.
What's the best thing about working with cabbies? Is it the banter or the fact that they know all the shortcuts? Which are, by the way, are being taken away from us fucking on a daily basis.
I think the best thing is that you don't need to have any media, social media, newspaper, TV. You don't need all that. You just get the single source of truth from them.
From the cabbies.
Yeah.
Right. Be honest. Do you have FREENOW merchandise all over your house, like coffee mugs, phone cases, socks, and maybe a sex doll?
I do have a taxi lamp, like proper black cab lamp.
Okay. But no FREENOW merch.
It is a FREENOW.
Oh, it's FREENOW taxi lamp.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever look at the commission rates and think we're really testing the cabbies' patience today?
I think when I look at it, it's like it's good that it's not us on the highest level, and that means that we are doing our job better.
That's what you think?
I mean, when we are more efficient.
Are you?
I mean, from the financial perspective, that has to be true. Otherwise, you can't afford it.
Okay. So the bank balance is looking okay. So when you look at your bank balance on your phone, do you turn the phone sideways because there's so many zeros?
I wish it was so.
Yeah.
I think that only can happen if I change to some currency that is not supported in Europe.
Like dirham.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. I still think the commission's far too fucking high, but there we go. If you were a cabbie for a day, what's the one passenger request you would instantly decline?
Anything coming from Soho rush hour below 2-3 kilometers.
Okay.
Like short ride.
So I know we touched base on this briefly and you've danced around the answer, but you say that you are driver orientated as a company and as an individual.
Customer oriented. That is both the cabbies and the customers.
I'm not talking about customers at the minute, I'm talking about drivers.
Yeah.
You say that we are, or you are, as a company, driver orientated. Would you fancy doing this again with another driver who actually uses the app?
Yes. I am regularly going through this kind of conversations, so happy to do that anytime.
Yeah, but having the conversation as a, hello, buddy, how are you? Let's have a cross on.
It's never hello, buddy. I mean, it's always...
What do they call you? Fuck on.
Depends. I think, I mean, I haven't seen a driver that would offend me. I have had a hard time, and like...
Not even today? Have I offended you in any way? Apart from the doll?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
No.
But I think with the drivers, usually it can get very, very tough to catch it. And they are pointing you to your mistakes as a company, as an application. And quite often I'm ashamed, and then I'm going back to the work. And then lots of people are receiving a very, very, very hard time, and then things are improving.
So in a nutshell, you believe that you are doing right by the trade?
I'm thinking, and I'm convinced that we are on a track to make things right, and we will be able to do it only together. We need more feedback, and we need to work on that feedback.
Cool. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Twitter? Do you have a Twitter account or X account?
I have an X account.
Yeah.
But I'm not using it.
Nah, you just look.
Very rare.
See some comments and fun. Yeah, not interested.
I mean, there's a huge team that is actually looking at it.
Yeah. Reporting back to you and saying, we're doing everything right.
Or sending me a comment and saying, look what is written here.
Yeah. Okay. You wait till you see my comment later today. Aaron, thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And maybe we can get the aircon back working because we are sweating. I'm sure you've got some sweat patches under your arms.
Absolutely.
I hope the roast wasn't too bad for you. And you can come back and we can use the office again.
We'll do that, definitely.
You got a flight to catch?
Yeah.
Where are you going back to?
Barcelona, through Heathrow.
Through Heathrow. Nice. Via the FREENOW app, or are you going to hail a cab?
Would you?
Yeah, cab.
Cash, are you available?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we can start that.
Cash. Keep cash alive, guys. But also, in his eyes, use FREENOW. Do you want to say anything to the camera? No?
No.
No, he's all right. He's done his bit. But thanks again, and watch this space. Thanks again, and up the Johns.